Alright, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today, here's what we got going on. We have an announcement for a trailer giveaway. We're going to be doing that on Thursday. Make sure you enter to win in this video. Put your comments down below. And we are going to be giving away Southern Skinning's Moss chain floor trailer again. So go ahead and just type in Moss down in the comments. MAS, and you will be entered to win. We'll draw on Thursday's video. Good luck to everyone, and thanks to Southern Skinning for donating this. Community really appreciates it. Thank you. So beyond that announcement, what we're really gonna be working on today is everyone should know by now, Jon Ruda released the Wrecker DLC. I'm going to talk a little bit about how to install it if you're having issues working with it or getting the Wrecker to show up when you build. We're going to look through the build options because there are quite a few, and we will be taking a short drive. So that's basically what is on the agenda for today. As always, timestamps down below in the description. Feel free to move about the cabin. And let's go ahead and get into how to install this Wrecker. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and obviously download it. This is a paid mod, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get to this review so much, because people are already asking, is it worth it? I'm getting a Wrecker, but I'm getting it on a lot of Jon Ruda's trucks. You're getting it on the 389 glider. You're getting it on the W900 highway killer. You're getting it on the Classic XL/FLD. I believe you also might be getting it for the Cascadia. What else am I missing? The 362, did I already say that one? So you get it on quite a few of Jon Ruda's trucks, but it's like, okay, so it works for all those trucks, but how many trucks do I need to turn into Wreckers, and is wrecking even something that I want to be doing? That's why I want to go through a lot of the build options, because it is a paid mod. It's a $25 paid mod, but you only buy it once, works on all of the trucks, and it may even work on more trucks in the future. More Jon Ruda trucks in the future. When you go to install it, especially within probably the next couple of days still, there's a lot of traffic on Jon Ruda's site. And the reason for it is not only because people are buying the Wrecker, but he recommends very heavily that you make sure that any truck that you're going to use with it needs to be fully updated to the latest version. And that is what is causing a lot of the backlog. I tried 3 or 4 times over the course of 2 days to get all of my trucks updated. So the site's going slow. Just keep that in mind. And the reason why I mention that really is not just like try early. You plan for that extra time, but also know that when you download it, it happened to me 3 times that I didn't get complete downloads. There was some sort of disturbance in the download, and like when I tried the 362, I tried to download it 3 times because the first 2 times it was incomplete. It looked like it was good when I opened up the zip file. It wasn't complete, and I didn't have all the files, so it wasn't working for me. It also happened to me when I downloaded the Wrecker mod itself, so I wasn't getting any of the options when I went to build it, and I'll walk you through that, but keep that in mind. Look through all the files, make sure all the files are there. The Wrecker, if it has a blank generic logo, then you didn't get the complete download. That's what happened to me. Make sure you get a picture. The icon should show the Wrecker pulling a truck, and it should say Wrecker across the top. Mine didn't say that. I had to re-download everything, and now it is going just fine. After you have installed it and you got everything, make sure it's in the right order. You want the Wrecker here up top. It says top of the mod. I know Master Reverb mod says top. Some of these extra like PNG and JBX and all of those, they say top of the mod. Maybe it could be down in here. It's not really a big deal. Just make sure it is well above all of your trucks that you are going to use it for. That's basically what is happening. So once you get it installed and you get it active in the mod, then it comes down to a couple build options, and I will show you how to get it started, how to choose the right chassis and everything. So let's get into that now. All right, so let's get into some of the build options. Again, this appeals to the W900, the Classic XL/FLD, the 389, the 362, and the Cascadia. We're going to be picking the Highway Killer today, the W900. First of all, you're going to find the option for the wreckers here in the chassis section. So in this one, we do have a 6x4 wrecker. Do we have any other wreckers? I haven't built this one. Okay, there's only one here. So let's go ahead and make sure that we pick this wrecker. By the way, if you go into the chassis section and you do not see the wrecker as an option, go back to the cab section and pick a different cab. Usually a day cab or one with a low roof or something like that. Not all of them work. Put it that way. So once you have found the right cabin where you have the option for the wrecker, go ahead and select the wrecker. And the biggest thing here, well, before we get into all the options, the paint jobs. If you have a bunch of paint jobs for these trucks already, like I have a bunch of these Ruda trucks, I have skins, particularly from goggles. They don't work when you're setting up the wrecker. Now, let's see if I can verify that for just 1 second. So if I go in here and I pick a different one, do I have the option for skins? I have. Oh yeah, I have a ton of options from of skins. Here's one, the Hell Creek Trucking. So they're still there if you're going to pick a standard chassis. But as soon as you pick the wrecker, these are not good, and we're still working on templates for it. But obviously, a skin that was built for a truck is not going to be built to extend onto this wrecker portion. So what you have in terms of skins is you have some of the built-in ones that just came with the truck, and it doesn't really, it kind of works. I don't know if that was the intention. I don't think it really translates properly. You can maybe get the colors. There are some of these too that it just puts like a weird stripe in a weird place. So that, yeah, those aren't going to work. Yeah, like a weird stripe like that. Like clearly this is broken. It wasn't intended to be working with any of the skins that come with the add-ons or the ones that came with the truck. This one happens to be Boar's Head. This is one of Richard Brown's skins. So anyway, going back to the skins, you're probably just going to want to make it super simple. You can go with one of these patterns. If it carries over, then honestly, I think you're going to be better off just putting it into a solid color. I actually did mine in black. You could do something like that. So that's the skins out of the way. Let's get into some of the accessories. In terms of the accessories, you can build out the truck more or less in the same way that you did before. Depending on the chassis that you pick, the tank, air tanks, a lot of these options here, marker lights, aren't going to have a huge impact. These marker lights don't really go very far. You got a couple here, but more your light options are going to be toward the back. So let's go ahead and start off on the mount. You can have a couple different options here. Let's pick the broom and shovel, for example. So you do actually get to see, let's get down on the ground. So we've got broom and shovel number 3, broom and shovel mount right version 1. That puts it over there. You're just gonna have to go through some of these options and see which one is going to work best for you. Here's the mount version 2, where it's on both sides. So that's kind of cool. Something that I saw a lot of people when they were talking about their builds kind of pass by because they were more focused on some of the other options. Right above it is the broom and shovel node itself. This is just the area to hold it, but you can have a broom and a shovel. And again, left side, right side, both sides. This bar is pretty cool. So this one actually comes in chrome and it'll come in paint, but it's something you don't have to have, but something that it makes it look pretty gnarly. It really does. I gotta say, I'm probably gonna go with something like that. Moving along to the metal covers now, across this whole surface, you're gonna have different textures. This is probably one of the more basic ones right here. Just keep it kind of simple, right? See if we can see that. We can more or less see it. You can see the texture right there. That's what it's going to be like all the way down. And there also is another section here in the back where you can add that as well. I believe, yeah, here's the metal panels. So if we pick that same one, we can have it going right there in the center. This one is low enough to where we can actually zoom in and see what's going on. So that's pretty cool. Adds a nice little texture, keeps it like pretty realistic. I'm not really going to worry about the mud flaps and stuff, guys, because most of it gets covered up. Coming back here to the handles, you can have the handles be a certain color. You can have them be chrome, plastic and chrome, plastic and metal. I'll show you what those look like. Of course, that's kind of hard to see, so we'll just see based on that one. Metal handle, plastic handle, plastic and chrome handle, and chrome handle. Kind of liking the way the chrome bounces off that black, not gonna lie. Frame, you're not gonna be able to see that, so don't worry about it. We do have some options here for the crane. Let's get up in the air. And for the crane, so here's cool. You've got different colors with scratches. If we kind of zoom in here, see if we can we see some scratches? Can we see the imperfections on it? I'm not sure. We got blue, we got green, gray, orange, red, and you can make it paintable if you want. Paintable just turns it black because I guess it just inherits the same color as you have across the whole rest of the thing. Work light, these are cool. Got to have work lights, and these are actually functional. You will actually see the brightness coming from them in the evening. Just make sure you put it on both sides. Or is that just the option? I think it just puts it in both places, right? Yeah, it puts it in both places. It doesn't light up here in the shop, but those do turn on when you're backing up for sure. You got another work light here, and you can make this a work light. You can make it a 45-degree work light. These are actually going to be pointing in at a 45-degree angle, so you can see what you're doing and get up in the air. See how those kind of angle off out to the 45 degrees. So that's kind of cool. Definitely a lot of little work lights on here. Brackets, right now they're set to yellow. I kind of like the black and yellow myself, but you can make them red. You can make them orange, gray, green, blue, and then you also have probably the black, but you're going to want something to differentiate from the black if you make it like this. So pretty cool that you have that option. Metal panels again, bezels. This is something that I missed before, but these are the bezels around the light. If you want stuff to kick, especially off this black, maybe put that in the chrome, and then the tail lights, you've got different varieties. So here's what we're talking about: version 1, version 2, make them all like that, version 3, version 4, version 5. I'm a little bit more standard. I'm probably going to pick number 1, but feel free to pick something that's a little bit more interesting. Not dealing with the mud flaps. Side beacons we got to have. Beacons with a plastic frame, or if you wanted to jump out a little bit, beacons with a chrome frame. And that's kind of what those look like. And these do operate. Pretty cool. We got fenders. You can put plastic fenders on these. You can put painted fenders on these. You can put chrome fenders on these. I don't think that's too flashy. But if you want it to look more like a work truck, go ahead and do that. Obviously, you've got the wheels and the tires, but you also have mud flaps, and these mud flaps actually go between the two tires. You can decide if that is necessary for you. Same kind of stuff over here, markers and handles and frames and stuff like that. So coming back over here, wrecker body. I haven't tried to actually mess with these too much, but apparently you got some different skins for it. So if I just throw these on, let's see what happens. Okay, so it just basically takes... Okay, this is essentially where your skins are going to be then. The ones that have been done. Heavy rescue, 24-hour towing. That's pretty cool. Let's look at this. Oh, these are templates. So you can have it looking like that. Heavy rescue. So we're just doing basically in different colors with the company Heavy Rescue. You can see that also in this orange. You can have it in white, in gray, white and gray. We don't have to look at all of these, but just giving you different colors, different options. Also in yellow, if you like that side painted white, or if you want to go with the full color, you have a bunch of different options here to pick from. There's a combination you probably won't see all the time. like a red and blue. So what I said in the beginning, for the skins, don't get them from here, get them from this node right here on the back. Speaking of this area, you also have tons of accessory lights. I am not going to build this out for you. This is straightforward. Please go through and add 750 lights on each side. You know how to do it. Accessory slot, we also have an additional light that we can put here. I don't know what we'd put here. Watermelons? I don't know. What does that look like? You could also add those, and then add some smaller lights going down both sides. The biggest thing, though, for me anyway, is I wanted to be able to see these strobes, and then obviously you wanted to probably pair that with something on the truck where you can get some beacons going on as well, and then reverse light bar up here on the truck, combined with these work lights that you have, so you can actually see what you're hooking up to. Such a cool thing. But that's most of the options. I don't believe that I missed any of them, really. Anyway, yeah, that's what I see. A lot of cool options to be able to customize this. Obviously, it's going to be, we need to figure out how the template's going to work. A lot of skinners are really trying to figure that out, because essentially right now you have a whole bunch of different bodies or a whole bunch of different cabs that go with the truck, and you want to be able to make that line up and work with the wrecker, but it's making it a little bit complex right now because there isn't one cohesive thing. You're going to have to do them separately and more or less experiment till you can make them match up. So in the meantime, you've got this heavy rescue in like 14 or 15 different various colors, and then you could just use a solid color from what I talked about before, if you're just going to do it in black or red or whatever you want to do. So those are the main options that you get with this wrecker, and it's not bad. You're going to have to determine whether that's going to be right for you, whether you want to be doing something like this, whether you want, it's essentially one mod that fits on 5 different trucks. What I think is cool is if he did it on one of them, someone would be like, yeah, but I don't want to drive that kind of truck. Like like for example, if you said, I don't like the W900 Highway Killer from Jon Ruda, and that's the only thing you're putting it on, it kind of turns people off. If you like any one of those 5 trucks from Jon Ruda that you can put this wrecker on, there you go. So don't think about it in terms of like trying to maximize your money and being able to put a wrecker on everything. You're probably not going to want to run a wrecker all the time. That's my feeling. But I think with the number of options, the fact that it's going to come to more trucks for even more options, and all these nodes where you can customize the colors and the lights and everything, I think, and not to mention, we are actually opening the door to something that we haven't really been able to do for the most part in ATS, and that's haul some broken trucks. And I think that's pretty cool. I like it. I paid with it with my own money, and I'm very happy, very happy. But that is up to you to answer. Why don't we go ahead and take a short drive, and I'll show you what I put together. I actually went back with, I'll show it to you in a second, but one of these, where is it? Well, maybe it's not going to be in here because I'll show it to you in a second, because I actually built mine not with the W900. So I'll show you that right now. All right, so I went with this Dick Simon trucking company, or Dick Simon Trucking Inc. The reason why is because whatever was done, because this was a skin that you could get. I believe it came with the truck. I don't think it was anything that came with Richard Brown skins. I think this came with the truck, but most of the time they put on whatever happened on the side of the truck in a random stripe somewhere. But with this one, they keep it all black. I think it looks pretty badass. So I'm just going to go with this one. And I put this on one of my favorites. It's the Freightliner FLD. It's so if you have the Classic XL, you also get this truck, the FLD. And I haven't seen a whole lot of FLDs as wreckers, so I was curious. I wanted to try it. So this is basically what we're going to be driving. I kept most of it black. Highlight color is yellow. I've got some work lights on it. I have beacons on the, here we go. We got beacons on the truck. We've got beacons on the side. I took the lights and I did a row of them on top on both sides, but I didn't put any on the bottom section. I thought it was a little overkill. What I really want to be able to do is have reference to see where the back of the truck is when I'm backing up anyway. The ones on the bottom, probably just for show. At least in my eyes. That is, of course, anyone's opinion. We got California plates, even though we're probably not going to be driving in California. And I'm going to try to find a job that's somewhat realistic, because I'm probably not going to be delivering a broken truck, to Walmart. That doesn't make any sense. Kind of thinking about, you can pick up from anywhere. Truck can break down anywhere, as Jon Ruda mentioned in his posts. But it kind of makes sense that you take it back to like a garage or a place that looks like it's going to work on trucks. Don't be delivering a broken truck to Ashley Furniture. I mean, why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense unless that was a branded Ashley Furniture truck and they're going to take it from there. But anyway, let me go ahead and grab a load and I'll be right back with you. So I did want to point out, obviously there is no trailer that comes with this. Think of the trailer as the actual cargo. So whatever you pick is going to come here from the freight market. And what I'm going to do is, let me go through and look at a couple of these options. See, we can pretty much pick up anywhere, but where are we going to be taking this thing that is going to be repaired? Like, I'm probably going to want, honestly, to take it to Liebherr. Did I spell that right? No. No, that's incredibly wrong. There we go. So I'm probably going to want to take it to one of these places, and then it's just up to me, as creative as I want. Obviously, we have to find a cargo that actually says wrecker on it, because I don't think you can attach these things to that truck. Why they come up, I don't really know. So let's go ahead and find hold on a second. Let's go ahead and find something. 2 hours, 33 minutes. And we can actually drive it down in Mexico. That'll be kind of cool. Taking it, broke down at the Amazon place, and we're taking it back to get it repaired at the Liebherr. So I will see you in just a few. All right, we're pulling in here to the Amazon. Pick it up. I'm just going to talk to these guys and figure out where it is that we're going to be picking up. So I'll be right back with you. All right, so it looks like we're picking up right around the corner. Not bad. Get those beacons on so we can see what's going on. The engine is SlavJerry's DD60. It's a 475 horsepower version, and we have an 18 speed. Not sure exactly how this is going to come out, so I always like to put an 18 speed in something that is kind of a question mark. But I didn't think I needed to go too heavy, to be honest with you. I mean, what's a truck? A truck is like 20,000, 25,000. It's a big truck. It's heavy, but in terms of cargo, it's really nothing. So I think I could go down to kind of a more realistic engine here. So they got the truck up on stands, and then we're just going to back right up to it. It's harder to see during the day. Let's hit the horn, let them know we're coming back. But the work lights do turn on. We've got the work lights right there in the back. We've got the reverse light. Oh, I was paying attention to that. Wasn't even paying attention to where we're supposed to be backing up. Come on now. See if I can line it up from this angle. Almost. Yeah, not quite there. Not quite there. Yeah, I need to be further over to the left. Yeah, let's do this view. Man, I kind of screwed that up. That's
there are those who
embarrassing.
would like to see you fail in your journey. That's not going to happen on my watch. Let's go.
So let's see what happens here. We'll go ahead and we got the okay. We'll go ahead and pull the brake, and then we will connect. Those stands go away right after that thing locks right into place, and there you have it. That is what she looks like. Looks like it's got a pretty good grip on it. I don't know if they would they also put some any sort of chains or rope around it or something like that, or if that's it. I don't know. I'd like to be able to see that arm come up too, but I mean, we're not talking about animations or anything. We're talking about being able to actually haul a dead truck out of here. I mean, kind of makes sense. All about trucks. Don't these trucks break down? So anyway, let's go ahead and get on out of here. We'll leave those beacons on for just a bit. It's looking good. Second stick is my splitter, because why not? Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next one. All right, let's get on out of here. Going to be turning to the left. Maybe we'll leave the beacons on. Love the sound of this engine. It needs a ton of gas when you even let up off the clutch at all. Not very realistic, but... here in Mazatlan. Oh, forgot to show you that. The job that I picked. It is Mazatlan to... Where are we? Going up to Culiacan. So, up to the Liebherr. About, I think it said 2.5 hours. It's a pretty short little drive. But I like driving in Reforma. At this point, we'll probably get our beacons off. Leave the windows down so we can hear it just a little bit. I don't know what the speed limit here is. Let's kick on that first stage of Jake. It's a lot different than driving a trailer, that's for darn sure. You don't have to go out super wide, and the load really isn't that heavy. I mean, I took a drive earlier, and this thing just absolutely pushed through it. I had only 475 horsepower. You don't need something really huge. What I did, though, is I did make sure that I had a 364 or it's a 371 differential in the transmission, because I wanted to make sure that if I was in any situation, I just had enough torque to get out of it. I didn't know how realistic it would be if they put us like off-road on dirt and sand, if we would really need that torque to get out of a sticky situation. So I'm not running it like I would be running like a reefer with like a 3.3 or a 3.25 or anything like that. But real gingerly on that. This thing stalls real easy. You can see I take my foot off the clutch just a little bit. Already sounds like it's dying.
In 400 meters, turn left. Turn left.
So something interesting that relates nothing to the drive, just kind of a side note. I have just kind of verifying that no more USB problems. Turned off that option on the USB devices in the device manager so that it doesn't shut it off automatically, keeps that power on, and no problems so far. Happy to report. I'm also happy to report I've had an issue ever since I bought this wheel and pedal and stick setup about a little over 2 years ago. I always thought that, you know, for whatever reason, my pedals were set up weird, and I always had to run on the braking sensitivity in the options. I always had to run the braking sensitivity at like 123%. And even then, it was still like slamming on the brakes. And then I figured out how to calibrate them. I watched a couple of videos on calibrating the pedals, and it didn't work for me because the calibration wasn't an option. And then I went ahead and downloaded the G-Hub software, which I had on at some point, and I must have removed. But as soon as I installed that G-Hub software again, it allowed me to calibrate everything, and now I have to prevent from going through the front windshield because of the stopping power. I had to drop it from 123% down to 55%. So if I'm braking abruptly, this is my second day actually working with a decent calibration. Taking full gears here since we're already getting that downhill.
And then exit right.
When did I lock the differential?
Exit right.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Gotcha. Whoa, we're going into the rail. Which way are we going? Which way are we going? I can't see. I wasn't paying attention. Alright, let's go in reverse. No one behind me, right? Sorry, Mr. Guy. Ooh, that thing turns pretty quick. Don't mind me, we're just wrecking things. Get it? Don't worry if you're broken. Oh, see, that's... hey, maybe we'll just roll onto the freeway. This is kind of job security, though. Need a tow truck? I know someone. Wow. Guess we shouldn't do that with the Jake on. Truck's looking good too that we're hauling. I mean, it's probably seen better days, otherwise it wouldn't need a haul, but which way are we going? I'm liking it. It's a cool, different thing that we have in ATS now. And with those beacons on the side too, just looking real good. Good detail. So I don't know if you guys were already expecting this. Maybe someone had some inside baseball, but this when he first put down the release, the announcement that he's working on this record, it was an absolute surprise to me. I didn't see that coming at all, because most of the time you see wreckers and they're on individual trucks. Was it Blades that has a wrecker? But yeah, they're on like individual trucks. You don't just get it like as a DLC that applies to several different trucks, so that's pretty cool. Lots of hills here in Reforma. Get up to speed with this downhill. I like it. Anyway, we'll show some of the outside, a little bit more of the outside, but I will, you guys get the gist of it. You see the build options, you know what it looks like. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop them down below. I'll answer them as best I can. But for right now, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to prevent from crashing into the back of this guy going through this checkpoint here. And then I will meet up with you guys when we're closer to the delivery.
right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Alright, so we are pulling in here. Just up here on the right, it looks like. We get our beacons on so people know we're stopping. We're pulling in right here. It's not right there. It must be up here a little bit. Yeah, here it is. We got our four-ways on. Those windows still down.
It's been my honor and duty to see you through this mission.
Looks like we're going in that back left corner. Dropping her off to get repaired, thanks to Dick Simon Trucking. Whoa. A couple videos ago I actually hit a car like that. Jumped out at me. Missed it this time. Straighten that thing out. Looking pretty good. Alright, let's go parking brake, get the track IR off. We get the beacons off as well, keep the four-ways on. Parking lights only. And we'll go ahead and shut her down. Short little trip here within Mexico. But pretty cool to actually get the wrecker out there. Being able to see a truck instead of a trailer in the rearview mirror is kind of cool. And I got just looking at it from every angle, it's really cool. So Jon Ruda did a good job on this one for sure. Anyway, thanks for coming along with the drive. If you have any questions or comments about any of the features of the wrecker, go ahead and put them down below, and I'll answer them as best I can. Also, don't forget about entering into the giveaway that we're going to be announcing the winner for on Thursday. It's going to be the Moss chain floor trailer from Southern Skinning. Type in Moss, M-A-S, in the comments to enter. So we'll be doing that on Thursday. And thanks for coming along on the drive. If you like what you saw here, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell. You can see all my videos. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.